Hey, hey, guess what time it is? It is time for the Daily Gab. This is your boy Chris, as usual. Today is Thursday, August 9th, 2018, and this would be episode number 8. What is there to talk about today? Well, you know, we've been kind of quiet over on the One Eye Blind Media side. I mean, today we'll be doing some stuff. We're going to be over at the Yuba Sutter Constitutional Republicans headquarters over at 441 Bridge Street today. Well, it'll be tonight from 7 till whenever it ends, I guess. They're doing basically their grand opening. I think they're going to kind of guinea pig or do a dry run of the Monte Carlo night. We should see probably some various city and county candidates there tonight for both sides, for both the Sutter County side of the bridge and the Yuba County side of the bridge. I believe John Missler will be there. It'd be good to hear Mr. Missler talk. So he should be there. I believe we'll have David Shaw. I think you probably will see Mark Baumgarten. I don't know who else. Probably Mike Ziegenmeyer, who's running for District 3 Supervisor. Maybe Val Dillon or Tom Russer, who's running for Sutter County Superintendent of Schools. And you never know, we may even get to hear of someone announcing that they're going to run for the Yuba City Unified School District Board. Because I know there are some positions open there as well. So I guess it should be a fun night. Then we're going to have Mark Muser, I don't know how you pronounce it. He's going to be there, and then the other guy who I know is his last name. I know his name is Greek, and I love his name. I just can't remember his first name, but his last name is Roditis. And if he's Greek, he's probably a pretty cool guy. So, most Greek guys I've run into are pretty cool guys. So yeah, he should be there tonight. I think he and Mark will be rolling in on bicycles, which should make it pretty interesting, I think. Let's see. Really, other than that, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on for me today. I'm just sitting here chilling, but it was interesting today reading through some comments and some things that I've shared. Okay, so everyone at Yuba City, I shared. It was a sarcastic kind of a thing, but it was somebody had written, and I don't know who it was, but it was shared, and then I shared it, but it was saying, hey, if California wants to stop the wildfires, they should just ban them. You know, making fun of the whole straw deal. And it's been interesting, the comments are on there, but I mean, people talking about, if the state were doing their job and thinning the forest down a little bit and get rid of all the fuel that's really low, the grasses and dead trees laying down, that kind of stuff, then maybe these fires wouldn't be so bad. And it's like, well, that makes sense. It's a good point. Now, of course, where does the money come from to do that is the real question. But it makes sense. But then some people are like, I can't believe this is posted or shared. And it's like, well, it's called sarcasm. I mean, I realize sarcasm doesn't come across in text very well, but it was a little bit of sarcasm. So I thought it was kind of funny. And it's just like the whole straw thing. I know I've shared it on my personal page that the new restaurant cups are now look like sippy cups because, you can't have a straw. But, and I mean, every restaurant I've gone to, if I needed a straw, there's straws available. Every time I go into a fast food joint, there's straws. So, I mean, of course, somebody like, the old uber liberal Starbucks who thinks they're better than everybody else would get on board and waste more money and use more plastic to create something to replace something that actually used less. They're idiots. I mean, ever since they had that thing that I saw come out, public thing that came out saying that the owner of Starbucks was like, well, we understand our white privilege. So if you're in line and you're of color, then you will get to move to the front of the line. I'm like, that's a load of bull crap. I mean, come on. It doesn't matter what damn color you are. First come, first serve. That's the way it's always worked. What's the problem? So, and I've thought about getting a bunch of friends together and just testing that theory. Get a bunch of, get like 8 or 10 people together that are all white, go stand in line, and then get some friends that are not white to come and stand in line behind us just to see if they would move them up to the front so that they can get bent out of shape about it. And then we can have the quote unquote people of color get all upset. But still, I don't know. I just find it ridiculous. I mean, aren't we all people of color? It's just different colors, right? Just like a rainbow, different colors. And I don't mean in the LGBTQPWXYZ way. I mean, like, Skittles and rainbows, or Skittles and unicorns kind of rainbow. But either way, I don't know. I mean, who gives a damn about Starbucks? That place could go under and nobody'd really care. I mean, I know there's those people out there like, oh my God, I can't get by without my Starbucks. I gotta have my mocha chica maca latte, the half shot and the double shot and the whatever. You know what? Shut up and just drink damn coffee. All right, COFFEE, coffee. Simple. You put some grounds in a thing, you make it, you're done. And that's all I do in my house. We don't do any of this weird crap. I mean, now don't get me wrong, I like my stuff. If I go to Clark Avenue or I go to Steelhouse Coffee, I have my caramel macchiato. And actually, I went to a coffee shop in South Carolina, a little town called Greer, Greer. And I've lived there, and we actually call it Gur, just because it's funny. And if you want to look up a guy, his name is Joey Thompson. He has a character called Barry McGunthery Jr., and he does these videos where he's like getting rowdy y'all in wherever. And the first one I saw was Getting Rowdy Y'all in Greenville, South Carolina. Well, I know Greenville because that's where I'm from originally. And the guy he just killed me. He was funny. And he used to live in L.A. He's been a comedian for a long time. And I actually met with him at this coffee shop. We sat and chit-chatted a little bit. And I really liked the guy. And I said I'd like to get a macchiato. And they're like, well, we don't do macchiatos like you see in most coffee shops. We do traditional macchiato, which is like the little tiny cup with, basically super hot, strong espresso with a little bit of milk. And I'm like, yep, that's what I want. And man, that thing, I don't usually get those, but man, that thing was good. This is a great little coffee shop. It's called Barista Alley, I believe is what it is. It's in a little town called Greer. So if you're ever near that area, go look for Barista Alley, I think is what it's called. But either way, I just don't get into all that crap. I don't prescribe to all that crap. I mean, I sat last night and watched a video on YouTube. It was a live, but I was watching it on the rebroadcast from a guy named Outlaw Morgan, which I'm sure some of you have heard of. And he was doing an interview with Owen Schroyer from InfoWars. And I actually shared it on my personal page because I thought it very interesting. And it's things where people are like, if you're on the left, you're like, oh, they're just conspiracy theory and blah, 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 and they're getting all bent out of shape and they're just a bunch of idiots. But then you sit and you listen to what they're saying and you're like, hey, you're right, I've noticed that. It's definitely a different world nowadays where, you if you're not a liberal, then you're, the most hated thing in the world, and I'm perfectly fine being hated. I've been hated all my life. Why would I change it now? And I just realized something. I don't think I started my timer. And if I didn't start my timer, then I'm definitely going to go over. But right now I'm at about 9 minutes, so I'll just reset my timer, and we'll do it for a little less time. How about that? Now we can hit start. Now we got it for 20 minutes. There we go. So yeah. So then another thing I shared over on It's Yuba City and More is from the Grand Jury Association. It was basically a screenshot of a letter that was signed by all of the 2017-18 grand jurors saying that, hey, we resigned because, you guys basically are taking all of our work and throwing it out the window in a sense. And so, and I understand why they all resigned, because they wanted them to basically change what they investigated. And then it really, and then a lot of people have been commenting on it. And like one guy, You know, because I made the joke. I said, "Hey, just drive by my house and just drop a copy of the report in the street. I'll get it to the right avenues to get it public." And some guy's like, "Well, it's on Facebook. It's already public." I'm like, "The grand jury report's on Facebook? Where?" I mean, yes, this letter is, but the grand jury report's not, and that's 166, 168 pages, something like that. Now, that's what the original one was that they all signed and agreed to. Then there's the redacted version that went to the Board of Supervisors and some department heads. So you have to wonder who's in whose pocket, who's got the knee pads out, and who's trying to protect who. Because somebody's trying to protect somebody. And, or somebody's afraid that they're going to get their butt in a sling if something comes out. Especially when there was the alleged letter that went out threatening all of the grand jury members with being sued if they put that report out. Now, that's an alleged letter, but it's been talked about quite a bit. That makes you think, I mean, it just doesn't sound like something somebody would make up. It just sounds too real to me, but, hey, what do I know? And I think that's part of what you're going to see with tonight, with the folks over at this Constitutional Republicans headquarters over on Bridge Street. These guys are just as sick as everybody else with this crap, and maybe it's time to start looking. I mean, I would say you could go to the state, but the state's so jacked up they probably wouldn't do anything anyway. But yeah, it's time to find somebody who can finally just put their foot on somebody's throat and go, hey, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but you know what? The people paid $50,000 for this. The people deserve a right to know. I mean, the whole idea of the grand jury is they're a watchdog, right? They keep an eye on when things are going wrong, like, abuse of power by, managers and department heads, or misappropriation of funds, or, some type of shenanigans going on in a department. As long as they get the information, that's what they do. They investigate it. So why would county council, allegedly, and why would judges want to sequester that information? And I mean, it's time for the people in this community to stand up and go, hey, this is wrong. You guys are basically, I mean, I don't know that they're breaking the law. I need to look it up myself, and I mean, if I can sit and read all that mumbo jumbo for that long. But, so you have to question, are they breaking the law doing that? So, it just, I don't know. So it's been an interesting thing that people they've been commenting on it and that kind of thing. And then I posted something yesterday. It was all because of Outlaw Morgan and a t-shirt he had on. I posted, warning, not politically correct, because I'm not. I don't care about somebody's feelings. I don't care about if they're offended. People only get their feelings hurt and get offended when you tell them the truth. That's when they get mad. I mean, everybody does it, even me. If somebody says, hey, well, you did this, this, and this, and I'm like, oh, well, you're an asshole. Because I know they're telling the truth, and I can't argue with it, and I think that's the thing. I think that's something that's sorely missing. It's just like there was a video by the Political Cowboy that I shared and said that this could apply to local government too. And somebody goes, well, which people do you mean? I'm like, pretty much all of them. It's time for you to get off of your political high horse and remember who put you there and who you're there to serve. Not who you're there to be your subjects, because you're not the king or the queen. It's who you are there to serve the people. And if you can't serve the people, then you need to be at McDonald's serving Big Macs. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, I just don't understand what the problem is, but and maybe that's just a little bit of naive. I don't know. I'm sitting here in the patio and chilling. I actually got to wait for Valley Pump to come over. They came over to work on my well house the other day, and while we were gone, and when we came back, we had no water pressure, so we've asked them to come back and check it. Maybe they changed the setting or something, because I don't know enough about those pressure switches, to be honest with you. If I knew more, I'd just go out and check it myself and do it. But so I'm sitting here waiting on them. I'm sitting here waiting on the mail because I'm waiting on a package to be delivered. I'm sitting here trying to figure out if I want to fight getting my lawnmower out, my gas lawnmower, so I can start trying to use it versus my little battery operated one. Because I need to get out and do some work, but I'm not going to do it today because I'm going to that thing tonight over at the Constitutional Republicans headquarters. So because I'm going to that, I don't want to go out and get all hot and sweaty and all that kind of stuff, and then have to take a shower and with no water pressure and blah, 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 blah. Because until they get here and fix it, I mean, it's like I jumped in the shower yesterday. I'd have been better off just going and sitting in my damn kitchen sink. I had more pressure in there than I did in the shower. It was like I was standing there with like a squirt gun, kind of a thing. And it's like, I got the shampoo out, soaked up my hair really good. I'm like, it took me what felt like 20 minutes just to get the damn shampoo out of my hair after washing it. So, and I ain't got that much hair up there anymore. I got it cut. And, it was like, wow. So yeah, I'm hoping they come over here and get that fixed today. And it's a little weird to get into my well house because they've got all these trees that started growing, these suckers and stuff. And I got to buy my chainsaw so I can come out here and cut those down. So I'm hoping I did come out here and do a little bit of work. I'm hoping I've cleared enough of a path to make it a little easier for the guy to get in there. But yeah, hopefully he'll get that fixed today and we'll be back to regular pressure at the house. I mean, now like when I wash dishes, the pressure seemed to be okay there, but there's a completely different type of faucet too. And so I mean, I was fine there, but it's like there's not even enough pressure to really push hot water either. So the water's not getting hot enough, in my opinion. But I mean, the water heater is set correctly. It's just the water getting through the lines to the bathroom are just not. It just doesn't seem like it's hot enough when it gets there. But oh well. Hopefully they'll get that fixed today and we won't have to worry about it. So, and I've seen a few comments here and there on the post I did the other day with pictures from the National Night Out over on Tuesday over up in Live Oak with Brandon. That seemed to go pretty well. But I've seen a few comments come across, and some people like the photos. And I mean, I wasn't shooting anything special. I mean, it was just kind of like general just shooting. Now today, when I'm over at the thing tonight over here at the Constitutional Republicans, I figure. I mean, I'm not taking video. I'm not doing any video there. I thought about taking my monopod and a phone ready to do live if I want to, or to shoot some video. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet. Maybe, maybe not. I am going to be taking though just a camera to take photos, which I think can do a lot more. So, now we still got about 10 minutes here or so. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to get up from the patio. I'm going to take a walk because there's a lot of noise over here, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know if it's the county doing something, or I really don't know. So let's go over and find out. Well, and it's funny, they'll think I'm on my phone because I've got my headphones in with my new Bluetooth headset. But just a lot of noise being made over here. I do see a sign here that says road work ahead. They've got one of those up there, and I know that they've kind of griped at me a little bit about the right-of-way next to my property because, being that it's hard for me to do stuff and then being gone for a couple weeks because of the death in the family, that stuff kind of gotten out of hand, and I've been spraying it to try and kill it, and I'm gonna hopefully get over here and cut some of it down soon. But I don't know. I mean, they've got road work ahead signs in different places. They got one on the side street. They've got one on the main road out here. But I don't see that they've really done anything. I mean, well, it looks like they may have come over here and cut some of it out. Yeah, they did. They came over here and cut some of it back. I mean, I've been spraying it to try and kill it. But it looks like they came over and cut some of it back. But of course, they've got the equipment to do that, and I don't. So once I have my chainsaw, I'll be able to do more. But I mean, it's not like they're doing anything grandiose. So they better not try to charge us or something for it or anything like that. I'll be pissed. And then I'll be calling the county and griping at them. First, I'll call Dan Flores, my supervisor, and gripe at him. And then tell him, hey, if y'all want to do that, great. Y'all doing that on your own. I didn't ask you to do it. So you ain't charging me for it. And, I realize it's something that needs to be done, and I'm trying to take care of it as best as I can. But hey, when you have a stroke and you can only do so much, well, then you can only do so much. You know what I mean? And if they don't like it, that's too bad. But yeah, I'll definitely start raising some hell. And it won't be just with Dan. It'll be public too. I'll raise hell on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, wherever I need to. I'll raise hell everywhere that needs to be raised. But, oh well. So yeah, now, it's funny. Yesterday morning I did my walk and I went over and had breakfast. I went to Carl's Jr. and had a burrito. They have their little bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. I think it's pretty good. So I had one of those, and my wife came by and picked me up from over there so we could run somewhere. And I'm like, okay. So I grabbed my stuff and go out to the car. Well, this morning I was getting up and I was like, hey, I'm going to go for a walk. And I was probably going to go over and have me a burrito again. And so I get up to go for a walk, and all of a sudden I realize, hey, I left my stick, my walking stick over there. So I called them this morning. They grabbed it for me and held on to it. They knew who it was. And so I went over and got it this morning. There's some good people over there. But yeah, it looks like the weather's a little bit better today. I can actually see some blue sky and mixed in with the smoke. My wife mentioned it this morning. She's like, man, I'll be glad when this fire stuff is done because I'm sick of the smoke. And the thing is, it's hard for her to breathe in all this. I mean, some people have problems breathing in this stuff. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I can feel it after a while being out here. Kind of the little bit of a scratchy burn in the throat and stuff, but I don't know. But I'll be glad when it's over too, because I'm tired of it as well. And what makes that interesting is, okay, so my kid lives in St. Helens, Oregon, which is about 30 minutes or so northwest of Portland. So it's just outside of Portland. And he's going to be getting married in September, and he's getting married in Portland. It's on Jansen Beach, right on the river. And so the fiance was having a little meltdown, I guess we'll call it. Worried about people being able to get up there because of the fires. I'm like, well, they don't typically close the freeways unless the fire's like right on top of it and they have to, or they need it closed for emergency use, that kind of thing. They wouldn't typically close it, so let me go check. So I went to a Caltrans link that I know and started looking it up, and couldn't find anything showing any closures on 5 or 99 northbound. So we should be okay. I mean, I know it's going to be horrible driving up through there, looking at probably all the burned out areas, all the scarring and all that stuff, and maybe even still some fire while we're driving up, because we are driving up for the wedding. And so I'm sure there'll be some areas that'll look like, look really horrible, and because we're going to drive right through all that. But then I hear that, there's a couple areas in Oregon that are on fire now, and of course we got to drive back, because I mean, it's not like, because I think school starts next week, so my wife's going to be able to go up, do the wedding, and then turn around and drive right back, because she's got to be at school on the first, second, what is it? The Monday after their wedding is Labor Day. That'll probably be our travel day coming back. So, and I mean, we've already got it set up to have somebody come over and check on the cat and all that kind of stuff. And my neighbors know, my one neighbor knows that we're going to be going, so she's going to be keeping an eye on the house. And I've already talked to a few friends that are sheriffs that'll come by and, check on things too. But yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I don't think we'll have any problems getting up there or getting back. And then we are starting to head towards that time when, the weather's going to change. It won't be so hot, and the fires will be, easier probably to fight. They probably won't spread as easily. We'll have less wind, or those, north winds, at least the ones that really fuel them. So, I mean, it'll start getting better slowly but surely. It's just going to take some time. But, yeah, so we've only got about 4 minutes here. Just wanted to let you know I did post a new video on Instagram and Facebook today on One Eye Blind Media. Just basically talks about our social media networks and the website. Just a quick little video to kind of let people know those things are there. So if you get a chance, go check that out. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, whatever is there. I don't know. And of course, go and check out all the social media that we have. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Technically, we have Snapchat. I just don't use it very often. And of course, we have the YouTube channel. And of course, we'd love to have you come in and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you get notifications when we upload. Because like this, this will be uploaded in a little while. I'll take it in, download the audio, and make it into a video and get it posted. But so yeah, we'd appreciate it if everybody checks that stuff out. Like, follow, shares, comments, anything you want to do. And but I think that's probably about it for me today. I mean, I'm just I decided to do this a little early because I know I've got some things I got to get done today, and then I'm also looking at tonight's thing, so I got to make sure camera batteries are charged, SD cards are clear, everything's working, decide what lens I want to use. I mean, there's just all these little bits and pieces I got to get together. I am keeping the gear that I'm carrying down to a minimum, though. I'm not carrying, a bunch of cameras and a bunch of lenses. I'm going to carry one camera, one lens, probably no video. If I take any video, it's going to be with my phone or with a GoPro. So otherwise, I thought about putting on like the head mount or the chesty. I can mount the GoPro on it and just walk around like that. And I still may do that. I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep it to the minimum with what I'm going to do today, because I don't want to have a lot of stuff to carry around and hang on to. I mean, I will be taking, like I said, a camera. I will be taking my President Trump cutout so that they can keep that there to use for a while, do what they want with. And of course, we can take pictures with people with that or whatever. But yeah, I'm not taking a whole lot of stuff. I'm keeping it to the bare minimum today. And I think that's about it. So I'm going to get out of here. Hope everybody has a great Thursday. Of course, tomorrow is Friday. It means we're heading into the weekend, so hope everybody has a great weekend, although you'll hear from me again because I'll do another one of these tomorrow and Saturday, and I'll do the video on Sunday. But I think that's about it for me, not a whole lot going on. Just keep doing what you're doing, and I guess I'll talk to everybody later, and I guess that's about it. See ya.